Insert a flat or regular zip. So I have my seam sewn up here, 1.5 seam allowance sewn off, and then my seam allowance on the opening has been pressed back. So the idea of putting in these type of zips is that you want to actually cover the teeth. You don't want them to be complete, you want to try and hide the zip as much as possible. So it depends on, you can either use the left hand side or the right hand side to cover the zip. So it literally just depends on whether you place one side of the seam allowance directly to the edge like that, or whether you cover it like that. And then similarly you could either do that side or that side. So let's say for instance you're putting the zip in the side seam, you want to make sure that when you're looking at the garment from the front that the zip is covered from this side. So you would use, so if this was the front, you would use that side to hide the zip, so that when you're looking at it from here, you don't see, you're not looking into the seam allowance there on the zip, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. Okay, so what you do, grab some pins, and as I say, with your seam allowance pinned back or folded back, you pin your zip in place, waist in line with the top of the zip, and pin your fabric folded back so it's right as close to the teeth as you can. And pin that down. And as you can see, when I'm down here at the bottom, I'll just lift it up and show you now in a second when I have it actually pinned in place. Basically, you're not centering the seam with the center of the zip. You do have it to one side like that. Okay, so that is correct. Alright, and then the other half you use to cover the zip. So you're not placing the second side close like that. Okay, so just to show you what you're not doing, that's not what you're doing. What you want to do is you want to bring that over and use that to hide the zip. Okay, so making sure you have the correct seam allowance pinned back, you lap that over. Okay, and then pin in place. So what you've managed to do is you've managed to hide the zip like that. Okay, and then to stitch in place, I have the half foot up on my machine. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good angle for you to be able to watch what I'm doing. That might do it. So the half foot is up on my machine. You open the zip to start off, bring it down, because otherwise it's too lumpy up at the top and you won't be able to get past the actual puller. So open the zip, pop everything onto the machine, go back down to start as normal, and the foot will be guided by the teeth on the zip as you go down. Now you'll get so far and you'll need to close the zip. So put the needle down in through the fabric, lift your foot up and then close your zip and pop it back down. When you get to the bottom of your zip, you want to do a nice square here at this point. So again, leave the needle down, turn your fabric 90 degrees and stitch across. Now just be really careful because you don't want to hit the metal end on the zip. If you do, you will smash your needle. So I did that by hand, turning the wheel. I didn't use the pedal. And then again turn 90 degree again and then work back up the other side of the zip. Again, trying to get as close into the teeth as you can. And again, you'll get so far, needle down, foot up, open your zip, foot down, continue up to the top. 2 little back tacks. And there you have it. Okay. Nicely hidden. Now even with the tan coloured zip, when that's pressed, you can see that it's completely covered. So as I say, if you're wearing a pair of trousers or whatever it may be and you're putting your zip in the side, you want that section sitting basically that angle, so that's going back that way. You don't want to be looking into that on the side seam, okay? So that's quite important. So just to show you, that's the way you want it sitting. Okay, so there you go, how to put in a flat zip.